Hidden away in Earth's most remote corners live people time forgot. Ancient tribes whose ways haven't changed for thousands of years. While we're glued to smartphones, these incredible communities still hunt with bows, speak languages older than writing, and hold secrets modern science is desperate to understand. Discover the mind-blowing traditions that survived against all odds. Among all these isolated communities, perhaps none captures our fascination quite like our number one on the list, the Sentinelese. They are the ultimate guardians of isolation. Living on North Sentinel Island in the Bay of Bengal, the Sentinelese might be the most isolated people on Earth. Nobody knows how many remain, maybe just 50 to 150 people. What makes them famous? They want absolutely nothing to do with us. When outsiders approach their island, they respond with arrows. After the 2004 tsunami, a helicopter checking for survivors was met with a hail of arrows from Sentinelese warriors, sending a clear message: stay away. Their language, customs, and even diet remain a mystery. They've rejected gifts of coconuts, bananas, and even plastic toys left on their beaches. Indian authorities now enforce a strict no-contact policy, creating a 3-mile exclusion zone around the island. The Sentinelese represent one of the last truly untouched human societies, living just as their ancestors did thousands of years ago. While the Sentinelese defend their island home with unwavering determination, deep within Indonesian rainforests lives our number 2. The Korowai, they remained hidden from the world until remarkably recently. Deep in the dense rainforests of Papua, Indonesia, the Korowai were completely unknown to the outside world until 1974. The first researchers to meet them were shocked to discover these people living in incredible tree houses, perched up to 140 feet above the jungle floor. These amazing homes protect them from flooding, insects, and rival clans. The Korowai traditionally used stone tools and hunted with bows and arrows. Many older Korowai have never seen modern technology. Although some Korowai now interact with tourists and missionaries, others still live in remote areas following ancient traditions. Their numbers are dwindling, though, from around 3,000 people to possibly fewer than 2,000 today. From these towering forest dwellings in Indonesia, we journey across the Pacific to discover an even larger indigenous community. Number 3, the Yanomami thriving in the world's greatest rainforest. The Yanomami live deep in the Amazon rainforest across Brazil and Venezuela, with a population of around 35,000 people. Their massive territory, about the size of Portugal, lets them maintain traditions dating back thousands of years. They live in large circular communal houses called shabonos that can hold up to 400 people. Their shamans communicate with spirits through rituals using hallucinogenic snuff made from rainforest plants. Sadly, their world is under serious threat. Gold miners have invaded their land, bringing violence and diseases like malaria. Conservation groups say nearly a quarter of Yanomami in Brazil have been poisoned by mercury from illegal mining. Leaving the lush green world of the Amazon behind, our next destination takes us to an entirely different landscape where survival depends on mastering one of Earth's harshest environments, and one tribe is surviving here doing something peculiar. Meet number 4 on our list, the Himba. In the harsh desert region of northern Namibia, the Himba people stand out immediately with their distinctive red skin, not from genetics, but from a paste called otjize, made from butterfat and ochre, that protects them from the scorching sun. Women spend hours each morning applying this mixture to their skin and hair, creating elaborate hairstyles that show their age and social status. Women run the villages while men often travel with cattle, sometimes for months at a time. Their homes are simple cone-shaped structures made of branches and mud that can be built in just a few hours. Water is so scarce that Himba women rarely bathe with it, instead using smoke baths. They place smoldering herbs under their clothes and let the smoke cleanse their skin. From the arid landscapes of Namibia, we return to tropical islands where our number 5 on the list, the Jarawa, have maintained their isolation for an almost unimaginable span of time. The Jarawa people of India's Andaman Islands have lived in isolation for an estimated 55,000 years, making them one of the oldest human populations on Earth. Until the 1990s, they actively avoided all contact with outsiders. Today, only about 400 to 500 Jarawa remain, living in an area roughly 300 square miles. The men hunt wild pigs and monitor lizards with bows and arrows, while women gather fruits, honey, and tubers. The Jarawa face a serious threat from the Andaman Trunk Road that cuts right through their territory. Tourists often treat them like a human safari, throwing food and taking photos despite laws against it. This contact has already led to outbreaks of measles and other diseases among the tribe. The Jarawa have no immunity to these common illnesses, which could potentially wipe out their entire population. From the warm tropical islands of the Indian Ocean, we venture to some of the coldest inhabited places on Earth, where number 6. The Satan maintain an extraordinary relationship between humans and animals that has endured for centuries. High in the remote mountains of northern Mongolia, about 40 Satan families maintain one of the world's last reindeer herding cultures. Their entire way of life revolves around these animals. They ride them, use them for milk and cheese, and craft tools from their antlers. Unlike other reindeer herders who eat their animals, the Satan consider this taboo. They live in teepee-like tents called orts that can be packed up and moved quickly as they follow their herds through the seasons. These homes are ingeniously designed with a central smoke hole and reindeer skins for insulation against temperatures that plunge to minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit in winter. Climate change now threatens their lifestyle as warmer temperatures bring new diseases that affect their precious reindeer. While the Satan have mastered life in the frigid mountains through their partnership with reindeer, deep in the heart of Africa, number 7, the Bayaka have achieved perfect harmony with an entirely different environment. The Bayaka people of Central Africa's Congo Basin are master musicians whose sophisticated polyphonic singing has amazed Western composers for decades. These forest people stand just 5 feet tall on average, but possess extraordinary hunting skills and encyclopedic knowledge of forest plants. They can identify over 10,000 plants and know exactly which ones heal specific ailments. The Bayaka move through the dense rainforest in small groups, building dome-shaped huts from flexible saplings and large leaves in just a few hours. They're expert honey collectors, using smoke to calm bees while climbing tall trees to reach hives. Sadly, logging companies and conservation efforts have restricted their forest access. Some Bayaka now work for minimal wages on farms or as tourist attractions. From the dense forests of Central Africa, we emerge onto the vast open savannas where number 8, the Maasai, one of the continent's most iconic peoples, continue their age-old traditions under the endless African sky. Standing tall in their bright red clothing against the golden savannas of Kenya and Tanzania, the Maasai are perhaps Africa's most recognizable tribe. These legendary warriors were once feared throughout East Africa for their fighting skills and lion hunting prowess. Young men traditionally proved their courage by killing a lion using only a spear. Maasai homes, called Nkajijik, are made by women using a mixture of mud, cow dung, and ash. Despite pressure to modernize, many Maasai still perform their spectacular jumping dance called Adumu, where warriors compete to jump highest while maintaining perfect posture. Tourism now brings both income and challenges to Maasai communities. While some villages welcome visitors to photograph their distinctive lifestyle, others worry about preserving their cultural integrity. From the open plains of East Africa, we climb high into the mountains of South America to meet number 9, the Kogi, a people who consider themselves the elder guardians of our entire planet. Hidden in Colombia's Sierra Nevada mountains live the Kogi, who call themselves the elder brothers of humanity. When Spanish conquistadors arrived 500 years ago, the Kogi retreated higher into the mountains to preserve their way of life. They believe they're guardians of Earth, a Luna, and that the younger brother, modern society, is destroying the world through greed and exploitation. Kogi priests, called mamas, undergo remarkable training from birth. Selected male babies are raised in dark caves for 9 years, learning to connect with the spiritual world through sensory deprivation. In the 1990s, they broke their silence to deliver an urgent environmental warning through a BBC documentary called From the Heart of the World. Our final journey takes us from the tropical mountains of Colombia to the opposite end of the climate spectrum, where number 10, the Nenets navigate the frozen wilderness in one of the world's most incredible migrations. In the frozen wilderness of Siberia, the Nenets people and their massive reindeer herds make one of the world's most impressive migrations. Twice each year, They travel over 1,000 miles across the Arctic tundra, crossing frozen rivers and enduring temperatures that drop to -50 degrees. Fahrenheit lives revolve entirely around their reindeer. Nearly 300,000 animals that provide transportation, food, clothing, and shelter. The Nenets live in chums, tent-like structures covered with reindeer hides that can be quickly dismantled and loaded onto sleds. Inside, a wood stove keeps the temperature bearable, while families sleep on reindeer fur bedding. Despite Soviet efforts to force them into permanent settlements, about 6,000 Nenets still follow their traditional nomadic lifestyle. Gas and oil development on their lands has further complicated their ancient way of life.